Hi everyone, I'm Wolves. How's everyone doing this morning? Are you awake? Because by the end of this you will be. Okay, we can start. So I'm a designer developer for Meow Wolf. How many people have been to Meow Wolf? Oh, a lot. Okay, well if you haven't gone, your homework is to go and enjoy it. So yeah, Wolves is my real name, clearly, and I'm from Oakland, California, from the Bay Area. I moved here to build Earthships and then got abducted by Meow Wolf in a thing. Before that, I was doing lots of weird stuff anyway. This is a piece I did in Berlin called Miss U-Bahn, which is a metro-themed beauty pageant, where various characters embodied different U-Bahn stops, and then they competed with one another, as you can see. This is like the talent show portion where I think she just like yelled a lot. And then this is IKEA Slumber Party where it was a flash mob and I encouraged a bunch of random people from the internet, my favorite people, to come in their pajamas and take over the IKEA bedroom showcase in Emeryville. So the next time you're in there, just feel free to take it over. It's your space too. This is a piece called Book Reads You. This is a tech project, and this book reads your gestures as creative language. And I made this because I'm a writer and I got really tired of doing this. So I wondered what it would be like if you could have an algorithm just read your gestures and string them together. This is my most recent project, which is called a systole. And a systole is a 3D printed book that reads the blood flow in your face and turns it into a sound. So anyway, I'm going to talk about Meow Wolf, not about my stuff. Meow Wolf is a totally normal art collective. We are definitely super sane and upstanding citizens. It was started by these people about 10 years ago. Most people think it started 2 years ago, but actually it was just a group of friends here in Santa Fe, and they wanted to create something awesome and fun to do. So they started doing like little guerrilla performances and playing music, inviting people to speak. Today it's a collective of about 300 plus people, and we're fabricators, we're makers, we're artists, musicians. We have the gambit of different skills. This is a photo of House of Eternal Return, which is what opened a couple of years ago. It's our first permanent venue. To make this, we took over a abandoned bowling alley and turned it into a multi-floor exhibit with over 140 artists involved. And this is the 100-some people that made this thing happen. A lot of volunteers contributed. House of Eternal Return is based on this story that's kind of atypical. There's this Victorian house, as you can see, and it's a perfectly normal house, just like we're perfectly normal people, with a few really strange additions. There's something off about it. You enter it and you see maybe some ripples in the ceiling or in the floor around the toilet, or you see the glowing refrigerator, which you can also go inside of. And the house is full of portals like this that go into other dimensions and other spaces. It's kind of been described as a psychedelic haunted house. That's what it's listed on as under Google. If you like look for Meow Wolf, that's the description. And as you can see, they're all very different from each other. They're very distinct, but they're very close together too. So you can wander around and you don't really get too attached to any one space, aside from the fact that there's a narrative that goes along with this this idea of the house and the interior of the house, and it focuses around a family. If you have more questions about that, I'm not going to go into it heavily. You can ask William, who is actually one of the he like basically birthed the narrative to this, to not sound too elaborate. So what makes an immersive experience? Like, the term immersive is thrown around a lot. It's been used to describe things like dinner parties where there are characters, or escape rooms, or anything where you can maybe have a character that's interacting with another person. For us, it's about creating a space that the audience, the visitors, can really get into and enjoy. And what's really key here is giving people options. Like, we're not telling anyone you have to do this, or you can't do this, you can't touch this, stay this far away from the art. We're asking people to touch it, to get into it. We also have a concert venue. It's been listed as one of the top 10 venues in the United States. It's within a city, and we have performers that come and activate the space as well. Here are some of our performers, Perpetual Motion. And as I mentioned, the story is really central, and it's not something you have to engage with. Again, these are options for people. But the story is about a family, and they go on kind of a journey, you could say, based around this idea of the anomaly, which is a organism of sorts. I don't want to go into it too much in case you go through it. I don't want to ruin it. But basically, they get launched into all these portals, and there are clues throughout the exhibit. You can read newspapers and diaries and postcards, and maybe there's a safe you can unlock. I've said too much. But anywho, you're open to exploring the space. And I've had friends that have gone through the space, and they just go right through, and they see all the neat stuff, and they're like, ooh, neat stuff. But I've also had friends that have spent all day reading the narratives, combing through the books, reading the diaries, meeting the space owl, having, genuine experiences that aren't commercial in nature, that are really about, exploring yourself. I don't know what's going on. We're having technical difficulties. Thanks. Have a nice day.